Hey guys, welcome back for another Ballet Strong Skills workout. Today we are going to be jumping into the extensions part of this workout program. I'm super excited because this is one of the things that dancers seem to struggle with most, and we're going to be diving into it from the perspective of hip flexor strength, core strength, and making sure that your body is prepared to be lifting your legs as strongly and as effectively as possible. Let's get ready and let's get into this workout, guys. Here we go. All right, guys, so for this one, we have a very special warm-up. We're going to make sure that our hips are in really good place to be working on our extensions today and to be strengthening our body to make sure that we're able to get our legs where they're supposed to be. So we're going to go through 3 exercises, and those 3 exercises we're going to do 1 minute. But each one, so let's say, for example, if we have different sides that we have to work on, it's only going to be 30 seconds per side, okay? So the exercises that we're going to do are coming down to the ground. We're going to do glute bridges. But once we've done 30 seconds of glute bridges, we're going to start to extend one leg and come back down for the last 30 seconds. So that's 1 minute total of that exercise. Then we're going to come over to the side and we're going to place one leg in front like this, and we're going to place the other hand onto the ground. Flexing the foot that is extended out, you're going to lift that leg up and hold and back down. Up and hold and back down. Again, 30 seconds on that side. Swing it around. Leg in front. Flexing the foot. Now we want to make sure that this stays really parallel. We're really trying to work on the adductors here because that's going to help to stabilize the standing leg while the other leg is lifting into the air. The last one is what we call a clam glute bridge. So you bring your knees at a 90-degree angle to the hip and then pushing up using your bottom leg. This is working on the adductor and the external rotators of the underneath leg. You're going to do 30 seconds on one leg, swing it around, and 30 seconds on the other. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, so we're going to work on our first exercise here, which is predominantly going to work on the hip flexor, but we're also going to get a little bit of work through the quadricep as well, because as we've learned, the quadricep is really important for extending the knee. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to come down kneeling on one leg, so I recommend you have a mat or a cushion or something that you can put underneath that knee so we're not causing any stress to the knee that you're kneeling on. You're going to tuck your toes on the back foot. Bring your other foot out to the front. Now you can use a chair, or if you have these little mini parallel bars, you can use those as well. Leaning forward, keeping a nice straight back, you're going to lift your leg up, rotate, back to neutral, and down. Up, rotate, back to neutral, and down. You do that 10 times on each leg. I'm just going to show you from the side now as well, so you can see the alignment of my body. Squeezing this glute, so we're stabilizing through our kneeling leg. Other leg is extending out to the front, keeping a nice straight back, squeezing our shoulder blades down and back as we do this, flexing the foot, lifting up, rotating back to neutral and down, up, rotating back to neutral and down. Let's get into it, guys. All right, guys, this is a little exercise I like to call the extension developer. We do it to the front, devant, to the side, décolleté, and to the back, derrière or arabesque. And it is a challenge because we're working through range of motion, so we're getting a bit of mobility, but we're also, again, we're going to work on that hip flexor strength and getting the leg off the bar. So I suggest you do this with a ballet bar or with something that is similar to a ballet bar. You can use a chair, you can use the kitchen counter if you have to, like if that's all you've got. But anything that you can support your leg on and also be able to hold on to, because that's really important. We need to have that stability that the bar offers us, okay? So what you're going to do, starting with your leg up on the bar devant, you're going to lift your arm up into your fifth position, and you're going to flex the foot on the bar. We're going to plie 10 times, and then you're going to lift the leg off 10 times. From there, with the same leg, you turn towards the bar, arm comes into second, plie 10 times, lift the leg off, and then the last one is into arabesque. This time, again, keeping that leg flexed, other arm comes up, plie 10 times, and lift the leg off 10 times. So we're getting hip flexor, we're also going to get a little bit of lower back and some glute strength as we lift that leg off the bar. Let's get into this, guys. It's a challenge. We're only doing one set of 10 of each of those things, so plie and lifts in each position on each side, okay? But it will take a little bit of time to get through all of that because, again, it's not an easy exercise. But let's do it, let's get into it, and let's take on this challenge of the extension developer. right, guys, you have made it to the last exercise of this workout. Unfortunately, it is also one of, or maybe it's not unfortunate, maybe it is fortunate. It's one of the most challenging exercises of this workout that you're going to have to do. So what we're going to do, this is called the counter extension challenge. What we're trying to do here is work on range of motion, but also counter body movement, rotation across the body to help with anything rond de jambe, any type of movement where we're going in opposition to the body and stabilizing that core as we do it. Because this is really important. Extension is obviously not just moving up, it's also about moving through the motion, okay? So what we're going to do, coming down onto the ground into a push-up position, you're going to push back into a downward facing dog, lifting your leg up to penché, bring that knee up to your chest, rotate and extend the leg out in front of you, across your body, back to neutral, up, in, rotate. Okay, I'll show that with the other leg now. Up, in, extend, up, in, extend. All right. Now, as you can see, when I went across my body, my leg did not touch the ground. So if you're finding that your leg is touching the ground, get it off the ground, make sure it doesn't hit the ground as it goes through and crosses over. That rotation is going to help so much with everything you have to do. Strengthening your core, strengthening your back, and making sure your extensions are nice and strong. Let's get into it. Congratulations, guys, on making it through another awesome workout. Hope you guys have felt the challenge for your hip flexors and the strength that you're going to develop by going through this workout a couple of times this week. Make sure that you're also doing the other workout that we started with last week, because putting them together, you're going to start to build multiple facets of strength, and that's going to just improve week on week as we get through this 5-week program. Now that we're into the cool down, I'm going to give you some stretches. Now this first one is going to be for the hamstrings. Now I know we didn't do a lot of work for the hamstrings, but in working on our extensions, the higher our legs get, if our hamstrings aren't flexible enough, it's going to stop our quadriceps from being able to engage and get that nice long extended line. So we have to have good flexibility in our hamstrings and good strength in our hip flexors and our quadriceps in order to get our legs up into the air. So the first cool down stretching exercise we're going to go through, you're just going to bend forward and place your hands onto the ground, and you're going to bend and stretch each leg 60 times, okay? So 60 total reps, here we go, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 5, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60. Good work, guys. You made it through that. Let's come over to the wall. We're going to start kneeling against the wall. One leg is going to be turned out like this, the other one parallel. And then you're going to swing that leg up. And we're going to just hold in this position for 60 seconds, starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. So this is a really good stretch to work on our quadriceps. Just getting deep into that muscle that runs right down the front of the quadriceps, called the rectus femoris. We're going to get a little bit into the vastus intermedius as well, which also runs just underneath that and is the muscle that crosses the hip flexors. So if you feel like you're getting a lot of quadricep engagement when you're utilizing your hip flexors, that muscle might be a little bit tight, and this is a good way to stretch it out. Now, I recommend anytime we do this stretch that you do have some sort of padding underneath your knee, because otherwise you'll find that it does get a little bit intense for the kneecap. As we're doing this, try and keep your hamstring and your calf muscle as close to each other as possible so that we don't end up pushing too much into the hip flexor for this one. Good, let's swap sides. Seconds, guys. Good. Last one we're going to do here. Coming into a lunging position, keeping your back leg nice and parallel. You're going to lunge as far forward into that front leg as you possibly can, and we're just going to lift the back leg off, really trying to keep the hips as low as possible, getting a good stretch through that hip flexor. And you're just going to pulse in that position for 10 reps, going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last one on the other side. Lunging forward, again stretching through that back leg, keeping the hips as low as possible, going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good, guys. Coming back to sitting, we're just going to cross our legs. Go ahead and close your eyes, relax, finishing off the same way we do all of these programs. Closing your eyes, relaxing. We're going to take 6 deep breaths. In for 5 and out for 5. Going in for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome work, guys. Well done. Can't wait to see you in the next workout. Make sure you do this one a couple of times this week. Go back in, do the turnout workout as well. And next week, I will see you guys again for the jumps workout. I can't wait for that one. It's going to be awesome. See you soon, guys.